Alright, now let's get into the nitty gritty of it all. For pistol round, what you're going to do is all 5 players are going to go this way. 2 of the players are going to buy a smoke and drop a tech for 2 of the other players. The odd man out is going to have a Glock and armor and the bomb. Okay? So, you run in, you clear banana, you get control of this angle. Once you have control of this angle and you also clear this angle, make sure they're not here, you set up your smokes. The 2 smokes that are going to be thrown is, typically Eugene is throwing this smoke, which happens from right here, I believe, this little dot.
Throw in smoke.
Which will smoke the barbecue pit. And then the second smoke that happens is right here. You pull out, you go to height of the antenna, the center of it, and then you throw. It'll bounce off the roof, and you'll have a wall of smokes for you. The player with the bomb is going to be planting the bomb facing outwards. So you're going to be facing towards CT when you plant the bomb. In case you get spammed down, the bomb drops for us in water. Going back, once these 2 smokes are deployed, everybody is running in. The guy that threw the last smoke, which is Eugene, is going to hold back a banana. The other 4 players are going to go in. The first 3 are going to push CT and then push construction. Their job is to go into push into construction and go through construction into B. The 4th player that's in, typically the other guy that throws the smoke, is going to come here and hold for any aggression here as well, just in case they're flanking and this guy needs help for banana. And then you guys all collapse on the site, so you're gonna split it. You're gonna split into the site. You're gonna come through here, and then 3 players are gonna come through the back of construction, and that's gonna be your pistol round strat. All right, I'm gonna run through our T-side default. Typically, we have the opper who would set up here, T-stairs, and hold mid for any aggression. He communicates if there's smokes, flashes coming down his way. Another player is going to be coming this way. Typically, this player might want to wait or throw a flash to get himself in. Right? And his job is to clear these angles, hold, clear this angle, and clear this angle. Ideally, he wants to be baiting out the smokes from the CT. So he can come here and show presence. He can just free fire. Typically, that'll get the CTs to throw out their smokes. This guy's job is to back up this player. They work together in a way. So if I know that there's an opper at car, I tell my opper, I say, hey, this guy opping car. He can peek the angle and try to take the duel. On the other side of the map, we're going to have 3 players. This is the default. This is typically where you go every round. This is the map control you gain before we go into an execute. This is what we need to make our executes effective because we denied them map control, which is the CT players. This player is going to come up here. He's going to hold here. He's going to watch for any aggression, while 2 other players are going to be working up alt, and his job is to shoot out the boards and also spam the dark room to make sure that nobody's lurking in this area. Now, on the other side of it, these 2 players are going to be working together, kind of like how me and Eugene are working together, backing each other up. This player is going to hold maybe here for a bit, maybe hold here for a bit, and wait for this guy to clear apartments. He's going to clear these angles, this angle, and what his job is to get to here. Is to hold boiler, to make sure that he has control of anybody that decides to push up through boiler. And just stay here and watch for any aggression. Once he's set up, he communicates to this player that, hey, I got control of boiler, you can make your way into the balcony. Which is where this guy will come in, he will clear balcony, he will clear dark room. And another thing is, if you want to clear dark room because they play dark room a lot, you come here, you line up with the height of the fence, and you Molotov.
Throwing fire.
They'll molly all the dark room, except if they're standing on top of the dead. Okay? So once we have this guy up here clearing this, and the other player holding stairs, this guy's going to clear this angle like that. And then together, these guys are going to work in tandem, and they're going to clear this long hall together. They're going to peek together, be like 1, 2, 3, peek. Okay, once you're here, you have all the map control that we need to run executes and fakes in any direction that we'd like to. Boom. That's our default play. Alright, so now we're into gun rounds. Say you've ran your default. You have one guy that's holding banana, one guy that's holding T-ramp. There's one that's holding apartments in T-hot side, and 2 guys that are working alt to get control of the CT side apartments. So say you call the B execute, which is called this is a new strat that I'm employing, which is not just the standard B execute where you smoke CT and spools. This is going to be the wall of smokes with an additional smoke. So think of similar to pistol round, except now there's going to be a third smoke and there's going to be mollies. There's going to be 3 mollies that come into play. Eugene, the last player in, is going to be throwing this smoke followed by this Molotov.
Throwing fire.
Gonna molly new box. This player is gonna smoke here.
Throwing smoke.
And he's gonna Molotov second oranges.
Molotov.
Okay? Then, typically me, this is another smoke that smokes off CT. So, this is an execute you would do after you have control of here, and you know they're not here, and you know they're not here. Okay? It's important to know that they're not here, because if you're setting up for smokes and he peeks you sandbag, you're dead. So this is the third person that's throwing smokes and Molotovs. This smoke, I line it up with this pillar and then the height of this cloud.
Smoke!
What it does is it bounces off this truck and it smokes off CT. So think about pistol round when you're running through. Now this area is going to be smoked off for you. You do have to be wary that you could be playing an angle. CT player can be playing from right here, but you'll be able to see his head. So that's just, you check this as you swing out because you're going to have smokes behind you. So you're not going to worry about what's behind you. You're going to be worried about what's at CT. Spam that angle if you want. Make it easier. Okay? So same thing. And then you push construction similar to pistol round. Now, before that happens, there's also going to be a third molly, which I'm going to throw, which is going to molly out dark for you. So when your guys are clearing construction, they're not going to be hiding in places that you don't want them to be hiding in.
Fire! Throwing fire!
There you go. And that's just a little tap run throw with the Molotov. All you do is aim, you center yourself with this window seal, and then aim the height of the wire, maybe just a little higher.
Molotov!
Tap and throw. There you go. So let me show you what it's going to look like with all the smokes and all the Molotovs there. This is going to be smoke.
Smoke!
This is going to be smoke.
Throwing smoke!
That's going to be smoke.
Smoke!
Molotov here. Molotov there.
Fire!
Molotov here.
Throwing fire!
So you guys have a clear path into construction, and they're not going to be playing from any place that you don't like them to play inside of B. So they're not going to be here. They're not going to be there. So that's the B wall of smoke strat. Cool. Okay, now I want to go into the A execute. So we set up our default: 1 banana, 1 T ramp, 3 in alt, 1 in the T side apartments, 2 working up from haystack and from CT side apartments, halls, A halls. Once we have the map control we need and the call is made and we say, okay, we're going to execute A, we're going to converge to set up our smokes. This guy, these 2 guys who cleared this entire apartment, they're going to stay here. What this guy's going to do is he's going to work his way up. He's going to come up towards here, and he's just going to hold. he can take his peeks here and there, but he's got to play pretty passive because there's a lot of angles from here which can spot this player out. And we kind of want him to stay back until shit's going on. And by shit, I mean we're executing. And then this player can come here, and what his job will be, he will be smoking this way. He can throw a flash out as well. And this will flash the porch side. Now that player up here, what his job will be is I will throw a smoke that'll land right here, which will smoke off the pit for our players that are going to eventually wrap. Once that is smoked, this player, once he sees that we are wrapping and we are coming around towards Moto's side, he's going to throw his Molotov into the pit, which will force this guy out of this position. He's not going to want to play from here. He's going to burn. So that's the job of the guy that's going to be apartments, and that's the job of the guy that's going to be boiler. Typically, the bomb's going to be with boiler guy because once we have gotten the proper trades wrapping into A, they're going to come out and pinch whoever might be left towards truck side. So let me tell you what's going on mid. At mid, we're going to have 3 smokes that go down, right? And the order of the smokes would typically be something like this. First would be arches, which is from here. You line up with this little shadow on the wall, and then you just aim at the corner of the bell tower.
I am throwing smoke.
That's gonna smoke off your arch. Next is gonna be library smoke, which is gonna happen from here. You line up with this pillar, the left side of it, and then the corner of this wall, and then it's a
smoke.
The library and arch is smoked off. The third smoke that goes down is going to be a pit smoke, which happens from this, the height of the, you line it up with the pipe on the roof and with the corner of the air conditioner. So the height of the air conditioner lined up with the pipe on the roof.
Throwing smoke.
And that'll smoke off this area. So when we're wrapping, you can't get picked off from here. Got it? Now these 3 players are going to work together. Typically, you're going to want the first guy with the AK to throw a pop flash off of here as the other 2 are working up. The opper, you want the opper to peek this angle right here. You want a guy with an AK and a Molotov, typically that guy that rotates out of the B is going to come here, throw this, then you can have this guy throw another flash as they're working up together. Okay, boom, boom. This is going to be smoked, this is going to be smoked. As they're coming up, they play for the trade together. Once we're wrapping and once we're here, that's where this guy, as soon as we're right by library, that's where the player in the apartments is going to throw his Molotov into here. Force this player out of his position. So he can't sit there and wait for us to cross into the site. Alright? And then you take the site, you clear the angles, you plant the bomb, and you play for the win. Typically, you would want this player maybe to show himself just a little bit if he knows that we're already coming up moto and there's players hiding behind the site right here at default. He can kind of peek here, see if he's playing anywhere. If he spots him, come out, kill him real quick, and go back. And same likewise for this guy. If he hears this guy shooting, he's gonna peek from up here to cover the players that are wrapping. He's gonna be like, oh well, he's shooting at them, so I'm gonna quickly peek and kill him. Play for the trades. That's how we play. Alright, that's the A execute. Alright, so I'm going to quickly show a mid to B. So once you set up your default and you gain map control, say you guys decide to do a split mid to B take. You're going to need 2 smokes to do this effectively. The first smoke's going to come here.
Throwing smoke.
Which is smoke off porch side. The second smoke comes from right here, where you line up down with the bottom of the shadow. The corner of this building, this like chimney, and then the about the height of the bell tower, the first notch on the bell tower.
Smoke.
And what that's gonna do is you're gonna have this smoked off.
Throwing smoke.
Again, same thing as when you're clearing on A. You want to molly this corner if possible, and then this area is gonna be smoked off. Watch out, because sometimes they can play the corner of this. but this is essentially to block off any kind of opper that likes to play these angles. It'll force him into library, and even so, he's not going to run out through smoke because this is kind of a dangerous peak. So this allows you to run through here and do a B split. Meanwhile, you're going to have typically two guys who will molly out this for you. And if they want, they can also do the smokes for a pistol round, which is going to be here.
I am throwing smoke.
And here.
Throwing smoke.
Which allows the guys that are splitting B to leave one at CT, essentially, to pick off any rotators from A. Because typically there's 3 people that play at A. And then it allows you guys to together pinch onto B. And that's going to be the mid to B split. Alright, here I'm going to go over the smokes that you're going to want to know. These are the essential smokes that I'd like everybody to know. So pay attention.
Throwing smoke. I am throwing smoke. I am throwing smoke.
Boom, boom. That's the wall of B smokes. Typical, your default B, say you get the 2 picks and you're just like, okay, just rush B.
Throwing smoke.
CT, you smoke spools.
Smoke.
Super quick. Hit it and run. Boom. You have complete side control and they cannot come get you unless they're going through the smokes. On the A side, those are all the B smokes that you're going to want to know. Here are some mollies you're going to want to know. There's one right here. That's pretty good.
Fire.
One right here. For first oranges, line up with the antenna.
Throwing fire.
For second oranges, just a little bit to the left of the antenna. So first and second, and new box molly. For dark, to molly dark and to molly this area, it's done from here. So if you have guys that are running in and slowly picking fights here or pushing CT, or you have your wall of smokes up, what you can do is you can molly either spools, which is from right here,
throwing fire,
or from right here, you line up with the window seal and just tap just a little bit past the wire, your crosshairs just a little bit above it, and then tap
fire.
And that will molly dark. Alright. So that's all the B smokes and Molotovs that you would want to know. This is the stuff you're going to want to know on how to do. Now at A, there's going to be a couple of smokes. There's going to be 4 or 5 smokes and 2 Molotovs that you're going to essentially really want to know. There's this Molotov, which is just a run, tap, throw. And you really want to get some momentum when you throw it. So you're going to have an opper typically hold this angle for you. And then you're going to want to just really get it real good in there. So when you're running past this, if you do take damage, you're not taking very much. Right? There's going to be this smoke out of boiler, which is really easy. You just go right here and
throwing smoke.
Bank it pretty much anywhere off the wall. It'll smoke off all of porch side for you. There is a Molotov from the apartments, which is right here. As soon as you see that wall,
throwing fire.
Run, tap, throw. Molly the pit without you having to peek pit. Right? Then the smokes for taking A, there are 2 pit smokes. Say you want to smoke off arches or something.
I am throwing smoke.
And then you want to smoke off the pit. Right here.
Smoke.
What you're going to do is you're going to line up with this window seal. Right here. Left side of it. And you're going to look at the pipe. And you're going to aim up towards the height of the air conditioner to your right. And then you're going to want to aim just a little bit to the left of the pipe.
I am throwing smoke.
Off the pit if you're coming up lane side. Right? There you go. Now, if you want to smoke it off while coming up, while wrapping, and you want the pit to the right smoked off, you just do it literally the center of the pipe and the height of the air conditioner.
Smoke.
And that's really effective for when you're rapping because, boom, it blocks off their vision. They might be playing little truck angles, but you can have some cover here as you clear these angles. And you're going to get help from this guy and this guy. Now, the other smokes that you're going to want to know is this mid to B smoke, which is started from this corner, at the left-hand side of this chimney, about the height of the bell tower.
Throw in smoke.
It'll bounce off the wall, land right in the middle, block off this area, and anybody that's playing library. And then you can work together to rush arch. Another smoke you're going to want to know is this arch smoke when you're rapping. This is the arch smoke right here. You just line it up. You line yourself out down with the shadow, and then you throw it on the, what is this? 1, 2, the middle notch of the bell tower, and just in the center of it.
Throw in smoke.
And it'll land flush right into the archway. Nice and deep. Then the last smoke is a jump throw from here, and this will block off library for you. So boom, you aim at the corner. You aim at this corner right here. Get your smoke, and then jump throw.
Throw in smoke.
Bounce off the wall, go into the library. Boom. That allows this to be smoked off, this to be smoked off,
smoke.
and it makes your job easier to wrap into the site. Okay? And I believe that's about everything that you're going to want to know. These are all the smokes and all the Molotovs that you're going to want to learn. There's also one more Molotov that's, I think, pretty effective if you know they're playing in apartment control. You shoot out the boards. You have a player that shoots out the boards. Then you line up right here with the top of this fence. Molly inside of here for you. Alright, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching.
Do not go gentle into that good night.